So from now on, I think that it will be better for me to just say the things that I want to say, no matter how much the so big repercussions. I don't think that they will be like big repercussions. I just want to like put my horse out there and see what's going to happen. So here I go. From a spiritual perspective, I am so tired with all the toxic positivity that is fucking going in the spiritual community, and that's why I don't actually make part of any spiritual community or actually have like real friends out there. I'm open to others' perspectives. I just don't like being forced to believe in something that for me it doesn't make sense. If for an example I make enough logic for that thing like to actually exist, I don't believe in things that don't actually show to me enough like validation. For an example, I don't know if I said that correctly, but hear me out. If there is a belief or if there is a thing that, for an example, I don't see any results in it, and I see no actually direct logic in it, and for it to actually happen and to see it happening, because certain things happened in my life to actually believe in this spirituality thing. And if there are certain things that are happening and I don't see like enough reason for them to actually be real enough, even in the book that I created, I also talk about this thing, like, could anybody define real and reality? Like, what is real anymore and what is reality anymore? Because the same word can mean like a different thing for many other people. Of course, at the book and in the book, the word has a specific meaning. I don't mean by that. Even though a certain word means a certain thing at the book, that doesn't mean that it actually applies like all over the place. So real and reality can mean something by the book, but others might believe, and this has also something to do with the belief system. And so real and reality may mean many other things to the other people. I don't know if that actually makes sense what I'm talking about, but for an example, for me, something that might seem and be real, that in the book it's defined by certain something, like real and reality is this and blah 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 and that blah blah blah. For other person, what I believe, like I said, it has something to do with the belief system as well. What I believe to be real and to be part of my reality, for that person it might not exist, or for another person it might actually be real as well. But this has to do like with intertwined realities and consciousness and how the matter actually revolves around all of us. I've always like held many things that I know about certain things and ideologies and theories and perspectives. I held them inside myself, mostly because I was afraid to share with the society and afraid to share with the people. Mostly because I knew I'm gonna be judged, but I'm gonna be judged anyway. And also this is another thing that I said in my book. People are going to be, and we are going to be judged anyway by anybody. The way that we look, the way that we speak, the things that we think about, the ideas that we have, the perspectives that we have. So it doesn't actually really matter, because even so, we are still going to be judged by the others. Even if we are being judged like in a good or bad way, it doesn't even fucking matter, because we are going to be judged. Why does it matter that much if I hold up my ideas and my perspectives and my theories about certain spiritual subjects? So there are certain things that make me laugh, like they are really funny to me, but other things that they aren't funny and they're actually really serious. I choose to stay away from this toxic positivity, mostly because I've been to a really fucked up depression because of my traumas, because of everything I've been through in my life and all of that. I chose not like a lonely life. Maybe I had actually the option to like be surrounded by people, to actually live a certain life and do all of those kind of stuff, because we are always presented with the choice to make. But personally, I chose something else, and I chose to actually stay away from others, and I tended mostly to close in and to not share what I'm thinking and my perspectives, mostly because people wouldn't actually listen to me at all. Also because I was afraid again that that I'm going to be judged, and also because I said something like it doesn't matter. And for me at that time it didn't matter, because like I said, it was like, okay, that person already said that thing, so it doesn't matter if I said it again, and that I believe it to be actually accurate, and I believe it to actually be real. And let me tell you why that is real, because sometimes I can explain certain things and why they could actually be real even if you don't believe them to be real, because this has to do with paradoxes. Even if in the book and by the book people are being taught like, this is that, this color is pink, and people should believe that this is pink. Why? Because you're seeing to be a pink. But what if people are being taught that color is pink, that color is red, but they could be named differently? Like, what if, for an example, in parallel reality, for an example, at the red you go and at the green you stay? What if those would be like reversed? See how those things and those perspective changes? We've been like brainwashed by the society, and it's not like I'm a conspiracy theorist. Maybe I am a little bit, but the game is much bigger and on a larger scale than the most people from the society actually realize. And the implications are big, because there are not only like the governments that already know about all of this shit, but there are also aliens and other ethereal beings that are being implicated and also influenced the construction of the humans, of the human beings on this earth. And also there are beings, certain beings that control the timelines, that control and have effect over the timeline, over the timeline, over the realities. Many people and those that are in charge, like they thought like they can actually try and control everything, with their money. They have lots of money, they have lots of technology, and they thought something like, okay, I can control that, I can control this, I have control over all of them, I can make them believe into this and I can make them believe into that. But the thing is, they cannot do that. They cannot like bring everything into like have control over everything, because we souls are connected and we can see beyond that, we can see bigger than that, and we can see everything like being connected. And what is wrong in that? What is wrong in actually seeing everything connected? What is wrong in actually being an empathic being and actually having love and kindness? And they're trying like to divide all of that kind of stuff. And those that are arguing with me and those that are going to try to say something else, listen to me first. It's okay to have different perspectives. There are different entities out there that work in different kind of fields, that have different kind of phrase of vibrational energy. Even so, that doesn't mean that they're going to start a fucking war or hate on each other just because they have different perspectives or opinions, or theories. And this is just what is happening with humans. It's not about the fact on how one should lead or what one should do or how to behave, but there are actually certain base laws that each human should actually follow without actually the need to be imposed by the society on how to do them or how to behave or how to be. There are certain laws that people should not pass. For an example, people should stop hurting each other. People should stop like all the fucking hate, all the wars and all of that kind of stuff, because it has no sense at all. Why it has no sense at all? Because, like I said, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist right here, They did this since the beginning, because over us there are higher beings that see things in a much larger perspective, and they can affect the timelines, can affect the humans, can affect their energy, can affect their mind, and all that kind of stuff. And so the game is much bigger than we are right now. So it has no sense and meaning at all for people to actually like be so divided, because this is what they wanted for us to do since the beginning of times, with the human species, with the human biological species. They wanted for the human species to stay enslaved, to stay divided, to hate each other, to fight with each other, and to hate each other and to bring each other down. But I think that with the more that we evolve as human beings, we'll finally understand that that's just not the answer to it, and that will not help us as biologically human beings, like as a species, to actually evolve, but we will actually destroy ourselves in the end. And we will destroy ourselves in the end by our greed, by our hate towards each other. And guess who actually started all of this? Not us as humans, but they did this to us. Just because you don't see something like to be real or like to exist in your reality, that doesn't mean that it actually doesn't exist at all. Because like I said, the game is much bigger than one human life or the whole life on the planet Earth. And again, going back, why I chose, even if I had the option like to make friends, and I had like the choice, and it's been the choice being presented to me like to go out and to make friends and to like continue the studies or whatever, I realized like all of that, it doesn't actually matter. The right people that will need you or you will need them will appear at the right moment in life, in time and space, because we are connected. We don't actually need them and they don't actually need us. Things just happen when they happen, and it's not like it will happen, but it is happening. Because like I said about all of that toxic positivity, I never actually liked, even since I started my spiritual awakening in 2017, when I had like around 18 years old or something like that. But I always been like a spiritual person, even though only then I realized the importance of certain things in life, and I'm happy that they happened like such early at that age, rather than later in life. Even though I've been through so much misery and through so much pain, that I never liked, since I started my spiritual awakening, for others to like push really hard their ideas over me and to like try and indoctrinate and I always liked, yes, to hear others' opinions and ideas and all of that kind of stuff. If I agree, yes, I agree in a really respectful way. But if you are trying like to push me like in any way, or to be mean towards me, or actually start hating me for no reason, just because I have different opinions, different perspectives, and this is happening also in the political area, that I'm not going to go through, because I don't want to talk about that. Even though like for me, for a spiritual person, and knowing the things that I know and experimenting things that I've experienced, as a spiritual person, as a really high developed spiritual person, I don't give a shit about political stuff, because they are just a thing that they're showing to people, but it isn't real. Like, it's like a show that you see on television that it doesn't make sense and has no meaning, or actually is real in any kind of way. And also the news and the propaganda and the things that they're spreading in the news. So going back, talking about all of that toxicity and all of that kind of stuff, I have my own perspectives and my own ideas and my own spiritual theories, things that I applied and things that I saw that they're working with me, that I resonated with them. And when I see toxicity, I back off. I say, this is not me, this is not the kind of relationship or the friendship that I want or need for my energy or for my being at all, because I don't want to be actually part of that toxic bullshit, like all the time, like flowers and happiness and namaste and all of that kind of shit that isn't me, And if you see like all of those entities in the astral realm, and even the angels and even the archangels, and even all of them have that light part, like happiness and flowers and rainbows and 5D, bro, and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, they have like those boundaries, those shields, they are strong, and they take that actually and create, like, when others are being afraid of them because they're seeing like that you are not allowed to pass, something like that, it's like, it's dark, like it's dark, it's empty, it's void, it's powerful, and it combines themselves, all that light, all that darkness, it combines itself, creating very protectful beings, entities. And so in the spiritual realm, and when talking about spiritual realm, I mean the soul, I mean the existence, I mean us when living those like vehicles. It's like I don't know, I don't even have the words to describe, because it's not any human actually word that could describe how we as souls, And I mean, we are fire, we are fire and water in the same pot. And people, when they are like letting themselves to be fed with all of those lies and toxic positivity and everything, like positivity is good, but toxic positivity, like, it isn't good, when something that happens, it's not good, it's not good at all. Like, you put all of those fake nails and all of this like hair, like this wig, and you're saying like, girl, let me tell you what the astrals has for you today. I will shuffle this oracle deck and I'm gonna tell you about your twin flame. And you're like, yes, feed me those lies, feed me this bullshit, sorry. And I'm like, nah, sorry, I'm not into that. I'm actually having my own experiences. I don't need your oracle deck shuffled and your... When saying all of this, I didn't mean like using an oracle deck or tarot cards or anything like that, because I don't have anything against that, because personally as well I have like a big collection of oracle decks and tarot cards and all of that kind of stuff. What I meant actually with what I said earlier in the video with the oracle cards and all of that kind of stuff, I meant actually the fakeness of people, like they're dressing in a certain way, they're doing things like to look as aesthetic as they can. Like, I don't have anything against the other people that are, like normal people just like me, and they're supernatural and they give that like nice and actually positive vibe and positive experience, when you are watching their videos. Because personally, like I said earlier, I have my own collection of oracle cards, and as well I watch other people on the YouTube shuffling oracle cards, and I don't actually have anything against that, but against fakeness. So yeah, so don't get triggered by me saying all of that kind of stuff, because I didn't meant like normal people, like normal people that actually have and share that positivity and all of that good vibe and look normal and act normal. But I have something, with those like fake people, and those people that have that energy that you don't want to be around them or watch their videos, because you can feel how toxic they are. And you can feel and know that they are doing what they are doing just for the money, and that's it. They are forgetting the purpose whatsoever. Because the first thing and the most important thing that this has to do is not about the fame, it's not about the money, it's not about how many things a person might know or might not know about, but it's actually about spirituality. And in spiritual realm, we don't have like that gold, that fame, that fake nails that you put, that wig that you use. And I don't have anything against nails or wigs or anything kind of like that, because personally, like I said, I use makeup sometimes, I use maybe those kind of things sometimes, but I don't use them in a vanity way or just for aesthetics in that way, like to get more attention on me and to make money from that, because that's really not the purpose of it. The purpose of oracle decks, because now we are into this, talking about this, is actually guiding people, not showing yourself off. And as a further ado, I have nothing against people that use fake nails, wigs, hair extensions for the sole purpose of entertainment or because they have medical problems. I understand those types of people and the reasons they want to use all of that. I'm not trying to be judgy or anything like that about a certain type of people. Like, everybody is free to live their life the way they want. Don't get my message wrong. I mean, people that use those to be something they're not and to pretend to be something they aren't, while in the same time using the kindness of others, they are manipulating them and their vulnerabilities, gaining lots of monetary just because they enjoy tormenting other souls. I mean, they're evil. Especially women that uses their beauty and everything else, thinking they can obtain anything they want and make people believe anything they want, only to squeeze others and make use of their vulnerabilities. Those bitches need to know that not everyone is eating from the same plate, and sooner or later, just like Johnny Cash said in his song, God's gonna cut you down. You can play all you want here, like you while you can. Those that know what I'm talking about will agree with me, saying fuck around and find out, sooner or later. Also, I want to add the fact that I'm gonna give more direct examples in one of my future videos, so stay tuned because that video is going to connect with this one. And basically I'm just going to show and tell you further why I tend to not make part of certain communities, and why I've always been afraid of opening up, and also about the toxic positivity and all of that is happening in the spiritual communities or in the UFOs communities and all that kind of sorts of stuff. I mean, people that that had real experiences with stuff, they are actually afraid to open up and go on the internet and tell others what happened to them or what they saw, just because some people give a bad name to certain things. That doesn't mean that all the people are like that. And I want to believe and hope that not everyone is awful and toxic like those people. And also we have to bear in mind that even though we want kindness and peace, sometimes conflict is unavoidable. People have different opinions, different ideas, different experiences, and that's just alright. Because at a certain level of consciousness, we aren't living in the same reality. I mean, we are part of the same reality and we are real to one another and all of that kind of stuff. But like I said, it's very hard to actually define real and reality other than by the definition in the book. Because there are so many ideas and so many realities and everything is intertwined that people actually loses themselves through all of those web of ideas and realities and beliefs and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just perfect and it's normal to be different and to believe in other things and to see things differently. But that doesn't mean that we have to actually bully others on the internet or telling them that is not real and you should believe my truth because that is an absolute truth. And that's just bullshit, because everybody is right in their own way, and it's just awful and mean and bully in a way, creating that toxic positivity and false positivity. Look, it's just going on something like that, look, I'm just being really kind to you right now when I'm telling you that yes, it's alright to have different beliefs, something like I said, but here it comes. But the truth is that is not right what you believe in, because I'm right because this and that and this and that, and you're like, no bro, no. People have different opinions, different beliefs, different past experiences, and that's just alright. You don't need to be mean toward that person just because you believe in, I don't know, kind of deity, or God, or have certain beliefs or anything like that. And people make use by their fame, by their money, by manipulation in all sorts of ways and emotional stuff. And I just want you to know that those people, they aren't being authentic, and they aren't being true to themselves. And those people, they are the root of the of the spreading of the conflict. Like I said in my video as well, it's not exactly their fault for being like that, for behaving like that. Yes, they were a certain kind of guilt, but even so, they've tried to create this to divide people, because the game is at a much and larger scale than what is being presented. Fucking a fake namaste thing, I don't need that. And I think there are many people just like me, and they are afraid to actually come out because, again, like I was afraid of being like judged. But people are just going to judge you anyway, so why the fuck does it even matter? Like, I was reading something like this on X like today, and it was something like, you're going to be dead I don't know, someday, somehow. Why the fuck does it even matter, saying what you're thinking, people judging you? I mean, people are going to hate and bring all that kind of stuff anyway, so why does it matter, You know what it matters in the end, because going back, this is why I started this video, what I was talking about. This is why I cried so much last night and fall asleep crying on my husband's shoulder and waked up with a really big headache. I don't understand fakeness. I can never be like that. And if I always try and run from this and say I'm never ready, I always have to put makeup and arrange myself and to talk about those things, the time and the perfect timing will never happen. It just never happen. The message will never reach the people, And that's why I cried so much last night, because I realized it doesn't matter in the end. It just doesn't matter in the end. What really actually matters is just to live, is to feel, is to actually feel all of that, even if it's painful, even if it's love, even if it's passionate, erotic, I don't know, really high, Kundalini activating, my sexual experience, feel that. Even if it's just a tiny moment, seeing a butterfly flying around you, feel that, see it, be happy about it, feel and be in the present moment. It isn't about actually loneliness, because we don't need fake people with their toxicity around us, and when that happens, you just need to push them off. People find me awkward for being lonely. I don't find it awkward. I actually find it really satisfactory, because I have time to enjoy my activities. I have time to enjoy cat videos. I have time to play my games. I have time for so many hobbies. I have time to spend with my husband, and I have time to spend with my family the way it is, even if they've been assholes to me when I was little and all that kind of stuff. Nothing about all of that fake aspect that actually really matters. In the end, it's all about feeling and actually living your life and going, even if it's hard, even if it's good, even if it's the way it is, finding a way. Life is about finding a way, going through the things that you're going, enjoying the moments that actually make you happy. It's just weird being human, and it's just weird being here and having all this experience, Last evening, I cried a lot. I cried so much that it was really hard for me to fall asleep. I eventually fell asleep, but I had to wake up really early because today is Monday and I have stuff to do. My husband was there, talking with me through stuff and all of that. And I feel like I keep doing the same mistake, I'm pressuring myself that I want to do this, I want to make more YouTube videos. I want to be more out there, talking. I want to take care of myself more, and do all of that kind of stuff. But then again, I'm just falling in the same pit where I look at others and judge myself based on how their lives are, based on how they look and all of that kind of stuff. And I see so much hate in the society, in this world, and in all of this kind of stuff that it's just really hard for me to open up with the way I am, with the way my life is, and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just really hard for me to open up and talk, because I keep seeing all of this hate, and also because my YouTube channel isn't growing. But isn't growing because, again, I don't put too much effort into it. I don't put too much effort into it and expect results, but the results aren't going to come, And so this morning, after all that headache that I had from crying my eyes out, from crying my my soul out last night. I tried like to stand up, and then I got in the shower, and like at the end of the day, because it's almost the end of the day right now, I'm thinking to myself, you don't need to move the mountains. You don't need to do like anything super exceptional. What are important things? What is important to me like to do right now? And I'm like, I did it, I washed my hair, I cleaned my face, I washed my body, I eat something, I cleaned the room. Like, I did a bunch of stuff. This is happening because I used to deal with depression in the past as well, and it's really hard for me like to open up, and with all my vulnerability and all of this out there in the world, without using a mask like other people is using. It's been always so hard for me to actually speak up and to actually say everything that I want to say about the way things that are in the society right now, because many things, they are just not normal in a healthy way, because what they seem and make it look like to be normal and healthy, it isn't. Mentally, I struggle really a lot, because sometimes I just get sucked again in this space where I'm like, certain fake beliefs that certain things are not healthy mentally and other things are healthy in a way, and I'm struggling with many things because from my past and because of all the circumstances that I've been through with my life and how my life like been until now. I hadn't like had the option to like make friends or meet new people. I was into depression, I was into all of that kind of stuff, and if it would make more sense to you to actually understand the things that I'm talking about, you should go ahead and just read my book that's on Amazon. Why I'm talking about everything that I'm talking about right now. And the way my life like has been built is that I had a spiritual awakening, and I retreated into myself, and I tend to do the same thing over and over again, because it's really hard for me to like open up and just talk about things and be vulnerable, and just say what I have to say, because I'm afraid that I'm going to be hurt again. One of my big lessons is for me to actually not give a fuck anymore about what everyone has to say. Even so, and even if I still struggle with some things, that doesn't mean that I as a person, those things like they define me, because I still have important things to bring to the society, and words and like wisdom and certain subjects that I would like to talk about, but in a way I'm afraid to open up, because I know that many people are just going to get triggered about it. And when you want to do something, like the risks and the good stuff and all of that kind of stuff, they come together in the same package. And for me, the way my life has developed and the spiritual awakening and everything that I've been through, it made me in a way that right now, in this present moment, I only have my books, the things that I read, the things that I write, because I'm also into games and playing games, but most of the time I'm alone. Besides my family, besides the fact that I live together with my husband, and still again with my mother, my father, and my sister and my niece and all of that kind of stuff. Beyond all of that, I am fucking alone. It's not like it matters to me that much, or like I need really necessarily like to go out in town and meet new people and just talk about stuff. And it's not like I need lots of people, But sometimes this is isolation, and all of this can seem a real struggle, especially on my mental health. And most of the time I judge myself and I tell myself like I have to put that mask and I have to try and to be like the others. But I can never be like the others. And I don't think that we people generally, we should try to like make things and look in a certain way and act like in a certain way to try and to be like others. Most of the people will someday realize that they did that just to actually fit and be accepted in the society and in their circle of friends. But all of the negativity and all of the hate that is actually happening in this world, it's not healthy. Naturally speaking, a woman, for an example, it's not natural like to have like, lips filled with all of that kind of stuff, and fake eyebrows, fake hair, fake tits, fake body, fake mind, fake everything, But it's not the beauty standards that defines a human being. The society is being fed with those bullshit, with those lies. That a person should be defined and a human being should be defined by some beauty standards that again the society implies. which in fact it isn't true. A human being isn't defined by those standards, by those facts, by a number like she or he is a 10 or 9 and all of that kind of stuff. And it's not like I'm triggered or something like that. Why a person should go through all of that pain in the ass actually to put a lot of makeup on the face, a nice suit, and just say like a few words here and there, you know, and upload it on YouTube and like, yeah, the first thing you're seeing is the image. The first thing you are hearing are the words that person is speaking, but the first thing that you're seeing is the image. And you are instantly feeling like an attraction and like you want to hear like the words that person is speaking, even if they're saying like bullshit things or not, you know. But that doesn't mean that it's actually something important or healthy like that person is saying. In a way, people are still rooted in the physical appearances, and what it's being seen right now as beautiful and as a 10 or I don't know certain numbers, someday is going to be seen like no, that's not it, because society standards changes with time, with history, you know. I think a person is beautiful when its soul is beautiful, when its mind is beautiful, and the human being should not be defined by certain standards that the society implies on how they should behave or look or, you know, act towards others. What makes a human a beautiful human? The way it thinks, the way it acts like in a healthy way, the way it speaks, being intelligent, having that love, that passionate love for like helping others, being in the service for the others, being kind, not being like assholes. Those are some things, just some small and very little things that could make a person be actually beautiful. For me, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck, sorry for talking like this, for actually saying the things that I want to say with the face that I have, with the looks that I have, and just upload it on the internet. I don't give any fucks anymore, mostly because I don't care. I don't care because what is important and what the people actually need right now, it's not an actual image that will just pass and be gone, you know, in a few years. Or something will happen with that person and just, again, be gone or something like that. What the society needs and what the people need is to be heard and to know that they are not alone, they are being understood, and that there is empathy in this world, that, you know, they aren't like struggling with things by their own. Because everybody is feeling lonely in one way or another with the things that they are going through. No matter how much money they have, no matter how good or bad they look, everybody is going through certain shit in their lives, and sometimes maybe they are feeling lonely and thinking like, what should I do in this situation? And they have nobody but themselves to actually take a decision. So people should just drop the fucking bullshit, because those things aren't working anymore, and this does not fit into the shift that is happening on a planetary level, like from a spiritual point of view and from my own point of view. I also had like issues with this in the past. I would always say things like, that person already said a thing, maybe it isn't important for me to actually talk about that subject or open that subject because that person already said that thing. So what is the importance or the matter if I will talk about it? Like, it wouldn't make any sense, and it doesn't matter because somebody else already said it. But it does matter, you know, because every person has a unique perspective on things, no matter how they are or from what corner of the world they are or how much they learned about a certain subject. Because having wisdom and a certain perspective and seeing things from a certain perspective and actually learning and repeating the same pattern, they are two different things.